will be coloring in this FaithTangle that I just completed. Now for this one, I'm going to try to stay with these 4 colors. So this is a good beginner tip to keep you from getting overwhelmed by all the different colors. Is just try 3 to 4, even up to 5 if you feel daring enough to start with. The main key is to stay in the lines. So if you need to outline first like this and color in, it's up to you. But to make it look nice and crisp and for everything to pop, your main key, if you have to color very slow to do it, you want it to look nice, just stay in the lines, because it's a shame to do so much detailing and then you mess it up by sloppy coloring. You can see these colors that come into this connection here. It's more of the purple than it is the blue, so I'm going to go ahead and put the blue in here. So as you can see here, these bubbles are going to hit my waves and the blue is going to be there. So I'm not going to do blue on the first one. I'm going to go ahead and do it on the second one. Forgot, I do need to add a green. So I'm actually going to be using 5 colors. Okay. Okay, next wave section. As you can see here is a bubble section that I didn't get to color in yet, so I'm going to go ahead and color this bottom part just so I can have the visual of what colors are going to be. So you can see in this corner here, the blue runs into this corner. So again, I'm not going to do that one. I'm going to do the second one with the blue. If you just follow this little basic pattern of coloring technique, it'll make it easier for you to know what colors to use. Okay, so I've got my wave part done, and now I'm going to finish coloring in these little bubble sections so that way I can know where to color the other sections. I feel the Lord wants me to share my work, so because I'm reflecting Him in it, so that's what I'm doing. I just noticed I forgot to do a little bit more in this one little section here. I wanted to add some little open circles in there. Okay. Now I'm going to do a second color for the waves. I'm going to use this really pretty teal. If you're going to invest time to making a nice FaithTangle doodles, you want to make sure your ink pens are going to be vibrant to capture it all. And that's why I do recommend the Sharpies, just for the beginners especially, because if you mess up, you don't want to waste all that expensive ink. Trust me, those little markers are very expensive. They're like $4 to $7 each pen. depending on what brand and size of it. So now we got the water and the bubbles done. Now I'm going to do the peacock feathers. They're not really peacock feathers, but they are meant to look like the part of the peacock. And I do use the blue, this blue here, and the green for that. Now, I usually do the outside part with the blue, but because I have the blue in this part right here, and this one, you know, I think I'm going to try it with the teal instead. So you can always change your mind, you can always experiment. It doesn't have to be how you always do it. I'm going to go ahead and do the teal here. And then I do it inside as well. Okay. Well, for me, I'm not really caring for that, but I'll accept it. You just gotta work with things. Sometimes it may not be exactly like you want. Now, I'm gonna bring the green with, to tie it in this section here so it doesn't look so out of place. And I'm just gonna do this little area. It's like a little net. And I'm just going to pull it in with the thing. Purple. I also want to use this purple around the cross right here. Now, because I have the blue from the water on this side and the teal on both. The blue is on both sides and the teal is there. I'm not going to put that in there. And I don't want green with it because I don't think green will look good with that. But I am going to go ahead and use the color of the bubbles because the purple part is it's going to look cooler, I think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate the green. So I have the center on some of them, and then the outers of some of them. I'm not going to do these two yet because it depends on what colors I decide to go in here. And I'm not sure yet what color I want to use. I'm thinking I'm going to use the softer color because I use the dark purple here, so I think it would work. I want to carry on the purple with these here. I got the first row done. I really like it. It's nice and vibrant, very rich in color. So now I need to work on carrying the colors below. So, well, for instance, here you see the green, and over here I'm going to put a pop of green on this part here. So the thing I want to do is to carry that green down this way. And I'm going to use the same blue that makes this green pop really nice. Over here. And now, of course, I can't use this with here because it's on that and here. But I'm going to go ahead and use the purple again. Now I want to look into here. You got purples close to this and so is green, so you're not going to use purple and green. But then you also have the teal really obvious here. So, and then you have some blue here, but it's not too much. So you could still use the blue. The other color that is making me feel like it would be nice to have is this alternative with this blue. The next color I feel that I want to use, that I feel is safe, is the purple. And I want to go ahead and do it on the top right here. Okay, so now on this one, I think what I'm going to do is add these little dots here. Okay, so here I know I don't want green in here because that's too close. And this blue and the light purple lavender is right there too. Plus, I know that on this section I'm not going to use this teal because it's right above there. So I'm going to use that teal in this section because it's not in these at all. And I'm going to make it the big chunky section. I just think this color is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and add purple again for the second color. Now I'm thinking of going ahead and adding the blue. So now I noticed that now I got my teal here and here, so no teal's going to go in here. But I do want to use teal in this section. So I'm going to go ahead and use teal. And remember, these drawings happen line by line. They're not like, oh, I know what I'm going to do and this is what it's going to look like. It's just evolves. So don't get intimidated by the process. Let yourself try one section at a time. Even if you make a small box and just do one pattern in it, and that's it, you know. So I guess this could be considered a bit intermediate, I guess. A little bit past beginner. Because I would suggest doing a small box to begin with if you're not sure what you want to do. So now I think I'm done with the teal. As much as I love it, I don't want to overdo the color. And I think I'm done with that green because I think that one is overdone because it was only meant to be an accent color and it ended up taking over a bit more than I was planning. Purple probably would be good on this little part here. Now to make it easier, I'm just going to color these in one color. I'm not going to do individual colors, but you could if you want to. And I'm just going to do every other. And I started from this point because I'm planning to use a color that's in here and I wanted to make sure it's not going to hit that part. The other parts don't matter, so that's usually how you can figure out how to start your pattern. You look at, okay, over here there's a color that I want to use and I don't want it to hit, so I'm going to find the part that doesn't. And that's how I ended up doing it that way. Okay, so we've got almost all of it. Now we're over here. You can see that this bright blue is here and here, so the bright blue is going to be off the table. Teal is off because of this as well, so I'm not using that. I'm going to use regular purple for sure because it's not in either of these. The bubble color is here, but there's only one part, so I'm thinking I'll go ahead and do the bubble color in this part so it won't flash. There you go, all colored in. My very first FaithTangle process video for FaithTangle Fridays, January 23rd, 2015. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the process and I hope you'll come back to see more. Have a nice day and God bless.